So we are recording, and yeah, I'm Christian Winter doing improv online, and today with Sandy. Can you say a few words?
Yes, I'm out of the Bay Area. Truly enjoying this time on Zoom and really happy to meet and play with Christian.
And this will be fun. So to get us started, you'll do a solo. I'll give you a suggestion. Do you want a location, a relationship, or a word?
A word.
A word. Medieval. Medieval.
Oh, I'm so glad I was not born back in those days. I mean, it's hard enough being a woman nowadays. You know, we make less money. We worry more about our looks. I mean, it took how many years for the United States to get a female vice president? I mean, how antiquated can you get? You know, we have the babies. We're fully capable of doing any job on this God-given earth. So why don't we all just pursue our dreams? Yeah, dreaming. It's a good thing to do. If you don't like the job you have, get another one. If you're not smart enough, go back and take some classes. If you want to be an artist, hang out in the improv world. And play some made-up characters. So medieval. Should I be so antiquated as to say I'd like to meet my knight in shining armor? Where could he be?
Honey, I've done dinner. Dinner served.
That's why I call you knight.
How was your day at work?
It was good. It was good, but you know what? I'm actually tired of it.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the boss stays on my ass.
Oh.
They want me to do the job of two people now that they got rid of Janice, and all without a pay raise. And then there's Tom, who does the exact same job, but I found out he's making more salary than I am.
What? Oh, Caroline, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I on my side had a beautiful day. I cleaned the house, and I've the kids are out playing. We have a bit of spare time, so yeah, on the home front everything is okay.
Oh, night.
But I'm happy to get some company.
Yes, you know, this whole arrangement with us, we worked out 10 years ago when we got married.
Yeah.
It couldn't be more delightful. I mean, I don't mind working, although I'm going to tell you something later. Oh. And you don't mind staying at home and cooking those fabulous meals.
I love taking care of the kids and the house, and yeah, driving them to their hobbies and shopping.
So how is Tommy doing with the boxing?
Tommy? He had a bit, yeah, it's what like he lacked a bit of self-confidence.
Yeah.
And I was thinking it maybe you could talk to him and yeah, boost him a bit. I think that would be good for him.
Yeah, I think because I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you now what I was going to tell you later, but
Yeah.
I'm going to quit.
Oh. Oh,
And
but do we have savings enough for that?
no, don't worry. Don't worry. I've already put feelers out.
Oh.
I've sent my resume out to a couple companies. I researched. I know I didn't talk all through this with you, but I'm talking through, I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
I gotta quit. I gotta quit.
Yeah, I had a feeling the last month has been tearing you up at jobs. You've been quiet sometimes and very tired. So yeah, the job has been wearing you out. I could feel that.
And I just feel like I'm gonna get the job, the one of the two that I put out there that I want. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna say I have a feeling. I'm gonna say I'm getting that job.
Well, of course. I mean, you're able to do this kind of job. I mean, you're an expert in your field.
Yeah.
Oh, you were a
Sometimes.
bit hesitant.
Well,
Maybe Susanna should boost your self-confidence.
no, I think you're right. It's just that I've just been at this job too long, and somehow they were able to kind of keep chipping away at me. And then that final straw of finding out Tommy made more money, I was like, oh, no, uh-uh.
Oh yeah. Enough should be enough. Yeah, but yeah, Tommy being family of the CEO is
Yeah.
that's probably the way it's always going to be. But but you didn't. Oh, let me surprise when you get the new job.
Yeah.
I know you can provide for us. There's no risk, and I know we have savings. I've saved a bit in the kitchen jar.
I know you did. I found that jar one day. I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna tell him I found it, and I didn't
Oh,
count it, but it looked like there was a lot in there.
yeah. Well, I have some plans for that savings
Cool.
as well when we don't need it.
Now I have one more thing to tell you. When I get this other job, it's 1.5 times the salary I'm making now to
Oh,
start.
interesting.
Yeah.
But are you going to spend more time?
Nope. In
No.
fact, it's a 4-day work week.
Honey, this sounds it should be illegal. Is it legal?
It's 10 hours a day. So yeah, it's a bit more time, but I get an extra day at home. I mean, I can go see the kids' matches. I can drive one of the kids to
Yeah.
wherever. I
Oh,
mean,
that was because Susanna, she's misbehaved. So I think she needs a bit of a harsh word. Or
hmm.
well, basically she's been caught stealing down at the grocery. Well, just some stupid chocolate.
Oh,
But I
she
mean,
does.
she's in this age. She's trying her limits,
Yeah.
and well, the shopkeeper caught her and told me, I'm just not good at
I
being
know.
strict.
I know. But you know what? Our kids are really good kids. You want to call Susanna in here? I can tell her a couple things. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. I'm going to tell her that Steelers never win.
Steelers never win. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, you
But
know.
she does have her mother's love for chocolate.
Oh, so you stole chocolate when you were a kid? What? Is this a confession?
Well, it was just one of those little tiny, I mean, it was like the tiniest bar in the whole store. And I figured they'd never see me when I palmed it, put it in my pocket just as quick as could be. And
Oh, Caroline.
went to walk out the door and Mr. Miller, oh, I will never forget Mr. Miller. I mean, he grabbed my arm and he said, "Is there a way that you could go ahead and put that piece of candy back on the shelf?" I was
Oh,
like, I started to say, "What candy?" I looked at his face and he had a bit of a smile on his face.
oh,
And I said, "Mr. Miller, yes." I mean, dug the candy bar out of my pocket, put it back on the shelf, and he never even told my parents.
oh. Well, he was a good man in the neighborhood. Oh, I love you. There's so many stories from our childhood that we don't. I mean, we've been knowing each other for so long, but these small. This one you've never told me.
No, I mean, you think of me as like honest Abe or I don't know, honest something. And I just was, see, now that I see that you have kind of a smile on your face, like, Mr. Miller, I mean, if I had known you were going to smile, I would have told you sooner, I swear.
Oh, all these kind of small dark elements from our childhood that we carry with us.
All right, Night, go ahead. I know you're burning to tell me one.
Oh, actually, I've never told this to anyone, and it's just a trivial thing. I think it's basically that when I was out on around the house doing stuff, and then I was meddling with some wood, and there was old nails in it. So I tried to get this nail out, and I wasn't probably bright enough. So I used my foot to try to get it out, and it went through my boot and up in my foot. And then I was a bit, oh, this hurts. And then I went in, and nobody was at home. So I thought, well, basically patch it up and go on. But I never really had a situation where it came up. And I just felt, okay, this was really stupid.
Were you limping a little bit?
Yeah, but just no, not enough that anyone noticed.
Oh. And is there a lesson that you learned from this?
Don't try to get a nail out of a board with a foot.
You want to know the lesson I learned from Mr. Miller?
Yeah.
I learned that sometimes sweetness can be so much nicer
And a
than
harsh word.
harsh. Yeah.
And scene. Oh,
That was
beautiful.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That 10 minutes went
Yeah.
flying by.
13 minutes probably. But
30, I don't know, 15, maybe 20.
I think it was about 14 minutes. So it
Yeah.
took a bit, but
Yeah,
the 10, but then it started to get interesting. The scene started to,
yes.
here we are.
I think what would have also been fun is to bring, I don't, both of the kids. I can't remember the first son
Tommy?
that you named. Was it Tommy? Okay, because I think I misused the name later or something. But Tommy was
I'm not
Tommy
good at
was the one
remembering
boxing,
names.
right? Yeah. We made Tommy the boxer,
Oh yeah,
and who was the daughter? That's the one I don't remember.
Susan.
Susan.
I
Okay,
called
and you
you
named.
Caroline.
Yeah, you can't name me Caroline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not good at remembering these names.
Yes. Well, that's part of the reason why I was gonna go back and try to get you to come in as Tommy
Oh yeah.
for the whole boxing thing, and to the more that I made you confident about the boxing, the
Mhm.
more I would have talked to him about being confident about getting, landing this job. So, yeah, that would have somewhat, kind of started to flesh
Yeah.
the seed out.
But I think that was in the 9th minute that,
Yes.
I felt, you led up to, okay, let's get Susan in here, Tommy in
Yeah.
here. But then, it's going to. And
Yeah, and then I thought it might be fun to have you come in as Susan too, to
Oh, yeah.
see how you changed your voice or your whole demeanor, or and what I was going to say to you about stealing when
Oh,
I had
yeah.
just admitted to you that I stole, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it leads up to a possible second beat and
Yes.
stuff. I found, it was a tough one to decide what come in as when with the whole women's development from the medieval.
Yeah, not knowing those suggestions, which is kind of why I decided or wanted to not do Giants.
Yeah.
Right, even though I really loved his suggestion.
Oh, yeah.
And there was no way in the world I was going to act like a medieval princess or a medieval queen, because I don't know what kind of accent I would have used, right? So I just decided, that I'm going to take it into the present day. But
yeah. But I was thinking about coming home as the husband and shouting for the dinner.
yeah. That would have been that would have been quite interesting. But in my mind, it is medieval how long it's taken us as a world to I don't know, appreciate the value of women. It's just, and how still many countries there are that what's the word called, so put their boot on women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also, no, I say, but it's, well, I grew up on a farm and my mother was helping on the farm.
Yes.
And there was a lot of, craftsmanship in the household while doing all kinds of vegetables and
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
food.
And how many brothers and how many brothers and sisters?
I have 2 and I'm the youngest, so.
Me too. Yeah, you have a brother and a sister, or 2 brothers, or
Yeah.
I have a brother and a sister. Yeah.
How much older are they?
My brother's 4 years and my sister's 5 years.
Oh, same here.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So you're
And
still the youngest. You're still the baby.
Yep. And they they made sure I always knew I was the baby by beating the crap out of me.
Oh.
Whenever they felt like.
Oh. No, I don't think I was being beaten like that. Well, I did feel me. Oh, the only one we had a small dog, so I thought, okay, I'm over the dog then. But no.
Oh, and did you have a lot of other farm animals?
We had cows
Mhm.
and some cats, but cats were not considered pets. They were basically just
Indoors,
around. Huh?
yeah, indoors. They were working a working part of the farm.
Oh yeah, they were there to keep the mice away and stuff like that. So yeah, and then we had turkeys at some point, and chicken and stuff like that.
Yeah, but no horses or
Oh no.
they're a lot of work.
Oh yeah. No, that's many years ago now. So
Yeah, I know. Those doggone years have just flown by, and they're still flying by. Like,
oh yeah.
yeah,
So
go ahead.
oh, I was thinking about asking you what you like about improv. And
I 10 years ago, my honey passed away, and I had not been with him overly long, but about 7 years. But it was, I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but it was not a very pleasant passing away situation. So I came back to the Bay Area from the state of Nevada, where we were living, and to be nearer my son. And I was pretty much devastated, as well as it was during that recession time. So I actually lost a rental house that I had. It went into foreclosure. It was just, just everything that could go wrong or could make me sad was making me sad, right? I had been in improv years before that as a young single parent and couldn't really afford it. So I said, I got to do something because I need to learn how to laugh again. I mean, I wasn't even worried about smiling again. I wanted to laugh. And I wanted to have a belly laugh kind of thing. So yeah, I went out and took some classes and just really got really immersed into it. Took a lot of classes and have continued that with Zoom. I mean, I take a lot of classes on Zoom, and it's just, I think with me, it was not that improv has to be funny, but what it was about improv was that whole "I've got your back" attitude that people have, as well as the "Hey, I'm talking to you, and my God, you're actually listening to me," or vice versa, where, I carry it all through life now, right? So when I'm listening to somebody, I'm like, kind of like right in their eyes, and they get a little like,
oh yeah, because you are in this.
Yeah, in real life, it doesn't happen that much. Well, I don't know if that's all over the world. I sometimes think that, when the little bit of time I spent in Europe, I felt more camaraderie in a lot of ways. Americans can be pretty fractured. We all have our own beliefs. We don't like you if you don't believe the way we do. And God, where I've always felt more European because I can argue with somebody. And the next day I'm like, hey, can we start again? Or, I really love that argument. Can we?
Oh,
And
yeah. Well, and yeah, in improv, you can have a scene where you disagree about stuff, but yeah. So basically, it's been a healing process.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. And how about you? What drew you to it?
Oh, that's what drew me to it is a big. Actually, I wanted to do. No, I did. I read Goffman. He's a psychology, and he's
Oh,
written a book about the presentation of the self in everyday life. Is his
oh,
main book. It's
mhm.
basically about how we have fronts and backstage, front stage,
Oh,
and when we address people, we have a facade.
yes.
And I think his main thesis is that we have a character for each person we know whose opinion about us matters.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Wow.
So that's why if I meet an old friend, I will start behave like I did when we
Yes.
last saw each other.
Yes.
But if I
Yes.
meet someone else, I will adjust my attitude according to, yeah. And so I was reading about that, then I was looking into something called bibliodrama, which is,
Bibliogramma.
yeah, it's basically you use the Bible stories
Oh,
and
oh.
you play the scenes between what's written.
Oh. Mhm.
So you could have something, I don't know, a classical biblical. Okay, we've got Advent, so you have the story about Joseph and Mary.
Yes.
So figure Mary had to tell her mother
Oh,
that she was pregnant. Now we don't know anything about her mother's reaction. But imagine that scene and playing it.
I think I can because I was an unwed mother, and my grandmother was so judgmental and had been since
Mm.
I was a young girl. She used to tell my mom, she's so wild, she's gonna wind up getting pregnant before she's married.
Oh,
So then at one point, after she finally found out, because my family wanted me to hide it from her for the
oh,
longest time.
oh.
Anyway, I just kind of looked at her, and I did not like her because she had never said one nice thing to me, right? And I
Mm.
looked at her, I said, well, maybe I'm having an immaculate conception. Of course, I didn't wait for her answer because it would have been, like an hour lecture.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, that was Biblio. So there are different scenes that are interesting in that. It's basically to get the humans back into the biblical character we sometimes put up on a
Oh,
pedestal.
I would love that. Yeah. I was on a Bible quiz team at one point.
Oh,
I don't think I ever did real well, but I mean, it was studying the Bible, because
mm.
the questions were, if you were going to answer them right, you had to have studied,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
part of it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here, if you do it like a bibliolog or bibliodrama, you basically play the stuff that nobody possibly can know because it's in
Or,
between the text.
or have not even let themselves think of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so basically that led over to trying to do a psychodrama course.
Psychodrama?
Yeah, that is where you use the drama to. It's a therapy form. It's a therapy
Mhm.
form. But that was canceled. There wasn't enough people. And then I found an improv class on the internet, and then I thought, oh, what the heck.
Oh, so now you did it in live though, right?
Oh yeah, it's
Did you-
5 years
yeah.
ago. It's 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been to Chicago doing classes as well, and
Nice. Who did you do it with there? What school?
I was at Second City. Well,
Second
the
City.
local thing here in Copenhagen was teaching IO style, so I thought.
Yes.
But
Yes.
anyway, I did the Second City, and then
Now, when you did Second City, did you do a like a 5-day immersion or something? Or
no, I did 4 weeks
oh,
where we had classes in the morning.
nice.
I didn't
Yeah.
do the sketch writing class, but it was
Yeah.
also kind of a holiday. So
Yeah, I have a good friend. One of my favorite people that I've met in the improv world moved to Chicago. San Francisco can be pretty ageist for sure in their improv, and it's really a drag. I mean, really, really a drag. And this particular man is one of the few people who I ever actually played with on stage, where I felt like this real affinity for. But also, he was the first person to actually give me a time on stage where I was, like made a team, and I had, I mean, I had tried out a lot because I'm at an age where I was just like, well, I don't really care, what you're thinking. I'm still going to try out. It's going to be your bad, right? If you continue to just not pick me.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there are different groups, and so the groups are shaped about forms and likability and picking people like yourself. And
yes, so I really am looking forward to going and visiting him, and I know what a very fun improv town Chicago is, as well as I just would like to see Chicago. I'm originally from Cleveland, so Chicago is one of those what we call the Great Lake cities, right? Which are all on the Great Lake, and I think all the people around those Great Lakes are very similar minded in a lot of ways, because we all have the wicked winters, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
no, we don't have that. We have the Gulf Stream coming up, so the wickedness of our winter is just gray weather and rain and
okay, so it's not
a bit of frost. I think it's 5 years since last real snow, frost.
So yeah, so that's not, that's more similar to San Francisco. Whereas, I mean, we don't get snow maybe once every, I don't know. I think the year before I got here, which was 40 years ago, I think they had a little bit of snow. And then I think once that I've been here, they've had, like a snow way up on one of the mountains kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, lots of rain, lots of foggy, dreary kind of days. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just dreary. Well, I just noticed we're still recording, so I think we should cut. We might should cut it shorter. I don't know. We can talk about that later. But let's just wave goodbye to whoever might watch this.